Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Another busy night in Metro Detroit. A lot to tell you about, not the least of which a huge fire that shuts down I-96 for hours.
Yeah, you could see that thick smoke over 96 in many parts. But first, court records shedding new light on what happened to the boy who vanished nearly 2 weeks ago, only to be found alive in his father's basement. 7 Action News reporter Simon Shakecat kicks off tonight's Top 10 at 10. And Simon, where's Charlie tonight?
Good evening, Glenda and Malcolm. He is staying with his biological mother in the city of Detroit. Meantime, his father and stepmother remain free. Action News is uncovering disturbing new information that could shed light on alleged abuse of 12-year-old Charlie Bothell. Information from court records paints an alarming picture about the well-being of the boy who disappeared for 11 days, only to be found in his father's basement 2 days ago. His father, who once welcomed cameras, now choosing not to talk.
Your thoughts coming out here?
No comment.
Sources say criminal charges for child abuse could be filed against the father and stepmother as early as next week. According to records, on June 26th, Charlie told investigators he was placed in the basement by his stepmother and barricaded behind boxes. 3 days prior, Child Protective Services was notified of alleged physical abuse, and Charlie's own father told investigators he disciplined his son with a PVC pipe.
That wasn't a punishment. That was he was exercising a couple of times a week as part of a program. When the child first came to him about 2 years ago, he was obese. He suffered from being overweight. He was eating improperly, so Mr. Bothell, who's a registered nurse, put him on a diet of non-fried foods and an exercise program on an elliptical.
Charlie's grandmother described him as very skinny, almost like a cancer patient, with marks on his arms and chest. On June 25th, the day he was found, a doctor examining Charlie at Children's Hospital discovered a half-circular scar on Charlie's chest that he says came from a PVC pipe. Old scars were also found from the pipe. Investigators say Charlie also said his stepmother didn't bring him any food while he was in the basement, and he snuck upstairs to get food when no one was home. Today, in a custody hearing, the 2 other children were placed in custody of relatives, with supervised visits allowed for the Bothells under the watch of Child Protective Services. Meantime, Charlie's stepmom also faced a judge for an unrelated probation violation today. She was allowed to post bond for release. Now, sources tell me that investigators want to spend more time talking to the 12-year-old boy. They plan to sit down with him early next week. Malcolm and Glenda, back to you.